Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So welcome to another market open stream. We certainly had an exciting day. We saw like a huge recovery from bottom. Why is that? Well, something was announced yesterday and it changes everything for markets, for Bitcoin, for everything. So let's talk about it and let's talk about what to expect going forward. All right, let's do it, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are starting on the day right under 90, and this is what I was talking about. Look at this. Boom. We actually went a bit lower yesterday after the big sell-off. We hit as low as 87.4, which is a previous resistance slash support now. And then we did that, like a V-shaped recovery right back. We're not all the way back to our 95,000 yet, but it's a start. What happened exactly yesterday? And why are we up plus 400 for Dow and plus 200 for NASDAQ today? I mean, most things are good, except MicroStrategy is slightly down. Coinbase is up, though. Robinhood up. Why? Well, it's because Trump announced that he has come to some terms with Denmark, and he is no longer going to tariff the European nations. So he's pulling back. They have some kind of framework, and they're going to try to work it out, and they're going to commence immediate negotiations. Okay, so this has people feeling easier. We're not going to get in a trade war again. We're not going to get some kind of like tariff retaliation. We're not going to have the disbandment of NATO. We're not going to have a whole bunch of scary things that people have been talking about. So I don't know what this means exactly. If Denmark is basically going to give up and say, okay, you guys could buy us for X amount, or they're just going to work it out so that Denmark is under the control of the US, even though it's still Denmark's. I don't know what it means. But Trump was, saying a lot of things at Davos yesterday. I actually heard parts of it. Actually, I got to say, some of it sounds pretty good. It was one of the better, well, at least the segment I watched about Greenland was like 3-4 minutes long. It was actually pretty good. It was really compelling. He made some compelling arguments why the U.S. should have Denmark. I mean, not Denmark, Greenland. And a lot of it has to do with this golden dome that we're building. You know how Israel has the Iron Dome, but the U.S. is building the Golden Dome that protects the entire Western Hemisphere and includes Greenland in there and Canada. So, he makes a compelling argument. Anyways, so this is what was making markets go up. Made Bitcoin come right back up, making the markets green today. It's not done, though, okay? It's not completely done. So we'll have to see what ends up happening. Does Greenland become a territory, or there's something going on after discussions? Again, it's anyone's guess. It's anyone's guess, okay? So yeah. So that's what's sparking a global rally, reviving talk of this taco trade, and things are looking better today. Better. But a lot of European business leaders don't like what Trump did. Does not like being blackmailed, according to them. I don't know. That's just big talk. It's big talk. It's business leaders, not even the nations. Right? It's not even the nations that came out and said it. It's a business leader. I mean, it's big talk, but hey, at the end of the day, what are you going to do? If Trump threatens tariffs, you got to take it serious because he's going to implement them. And if you want your goods to have a tax on top of it, well, that's your choice, right? But this whole thing is still hindering on whether or not Supreme Court rules tariffs are legal at all, right? We're still kind of waiting. But you got to give it to Trump. He has been using tariffs as negotiation power. Has certainly worked. It's causing nations to just fold. They don't want tariffs. It's causing them to fold like crazy. This using tariffs as a negotiation tactic is brilliant. It's working. And everyone's just folding. And that's why I use this picture. This has nothing to do with the tariffs or Greenland. This is actually this board of peace that Trump wants countries to sign up for. This relates to Gaza. Actually, it has nothing to do with anything else other than Gaza and rebuilding it and making sure that there's peace in the area. And he got 20 plus countries to sign it at Davos. He was originally saying that countries need to pay $1 billion to get a board seat. I don't know if he forced all these people or all these nations to pay $1 billion each, because that would be 20 billion plus. I don't know, or he just, caved on that. But again, all these countries that are mad at the U.S. and mad about tariff threats and stuff like that, hey, they all look pretty happy standing there watching Trump sign this board of peace proposal or article or whatever, just standing there smiling, just taking it, It's like, again, this is the power Trump has, the power the U.S. has. Whether you like his antics or whether you like some of the things that he's doing, the world is bowing down to Trump and the U.S. right now. This is what it's showing right now. This is how I'm taking it. Anyways, moving back to Bitcoin land and crypto land. Yesterday was a horrible day for ETFs. Bitcoin had an outflow of 700 million. ETH had minus 300 million. XRP still had a positive day though, and Sol had a positive day. But yeah, the big two had horrible combined. You're talking about $1 billion with outflow, right? And that was because, again, fear of another trade war with Europe, with NATO being disbanded, a military takeover of Greenland. All those fears went away. Trump addressed all of them, saying he's not going to use the military, he's not going to do the tariffs. Everyone's happy once again. It seems like, unless negotiations break down, who knows? So we could see a pretty positive inflow today. We'll see tomorrow. In the meantime, we still have a lot of good news. Okay, Steak and Shake buying $10 million worth of Bitcoin. Small gesture on a grand scheme of things, considering how much is being bought every day by others. It doesn't matter. Steak and Shake, hopefully they stay around. I mean, you don't see a lot of Steak and Shakes in the U.S. anymore. But hey, maybe starting a Bitcoin treasury is what's going to save them. This is a 91-year-old burger chain. 91-year-old. Good for them. Good for them. And Strive is going to sell $150 million worth of stock to not only repay debt, but also to buy Bitcoin. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. We know the fundamentals are still great. Nothing has changed within the last few days other than the price went going down because of fear. But fundamentals still great. And technicals still look good. We are looking like we're repeating what has happened before. Earlier in 2025, in 2024, in 2023, and beyond. Right? The last 3 years, we've had a lot of geopolitical macro stuff happen. They're all distractions. And then we find ourselves recovering in a big way afterwards. This correlates how those distraction periods is roughly about 60 days, about 2 months. And we're right around there. I mean, starting the beginning of the year, we were rallying until the last few days. All this Greenland talk kind of brought us down. But after, we could start moving right back up, starting a trend or continuing a trend that we formed. Let's see. I mean, if you're measuring things like RSI, still extremely oversold levels. Which is good. It shows we have a big reversal bounce that is coming. Here's another one going all the way back 15 years. This is equating Bitcoin's movement with the business cycle. And the business cycle has been down recently because of elevated rates. But we know that's coming down this year. We know there will be more rate cuts this coming year. So that means the business cycle is going to be improving. It's going to be bouncing. And guess what's going to happen with Bitcoin? Going to follow. Going to bounce. That's how it works. 4-year cycle may be over. And if so, it's all about the business cycle moving forward. And it equates to liquidity and rates and basically macro conditions around the world. And 2026 is set to improve upon all those things. Last thing I'll show you about Bitcoin is this. Again, we've seen those 60-day drawdowns. We've seen those 60-day consolidation periods I just showed you, right? Very similar to a period in 2023 when Bitcoin was stuck under $30,000. A lot of you guys, same thing, was saying, well, Bitcoin's going to go back down to 15,000. It's going to go below 20,000 again. It's never going to come back up. It's never going to go back to 69,000. And then boom, we started rallying and we went up and we broke through and we kept going. You just have to stay strong sometimes. That consolidation that you saw from 2023 lasted like 7 months. 7 months. Keep in mind, like beginning of October is when we hit that high of 126,000. So hasn't been that long yet. Certainly not 7 months. So we're ahead. We're ahead of the curve. All right, what else? BlackRock releases a ETH report. BlackRock, of course, has their ETF. Their ETH and Bitcoin ETFs are the largest, so they do support both. And BlackRock noted that Ethereum stands out as the tokenization of real-world assets expands, and that's why they like ETH. This is why Tom Lee liked ETH. Because tokenization, RWA, is going to be a big part of crypto's future. He also likes stablecoins. And most of the liquidity of stablecoins on top of ETH. So big institutions also love ETH now. And that could carry it forward in a big way. JP Morgan also has an RWA product. It's named Money. And it's on top of ETH too. See, a lot of institutions. But, let's not forget, Solana also has a lot of RWA. In fact, Ondo, which has been legalized recently by the CFTC and SEC, they're going to offer 200 plus tokenized stocks and ETFs on top of Solana. And all of you guys are watching from Europe or Australia or New Zealand or Asia. You can now buy American stocks, right? They're tokenized on top of Ondo. huge. Huge. Tokenized stocks and ETFs go change the game for a lot of people. Because, normally you can only buy stocks from your region. Now, if you could buy equivalent of it, a tokenized equivalent of it around the world, it's 24/7. It's good. It's a game changer. Complete game changer. Yeah, I don't need to talk about that. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Today's a green day. Not a crazy green day, but it could be. It could be. Bitcoin's at 89.3. Silver is still holding well at 94. Yesterday it kind of dumped down a little bit, down to 91, but it's back up to 94. Gold is nearing its all-time high that it formed yesterday at 48.43. We have some of the stocks doing well in the green right now. MicroStrategy and Coinbase are still red, so that's not a good thing. Nvidia, Broadcom, Google, Tesla, all red today. I mean green today. Clash is green today, up to 44 million. We got some big stuff going on with Clash picks right now. Some big stuff. Let's do some Q&A. We got Crypto Crow in the house. Welcome. Welcome. How's the Cardano crowd these days? In case you guys didn't know, Crypto Crow, huge Cardano guy. Pretty much, I think, only talks about Cardano, building projects on Cardano, a hardcore Cardano. What do you call a Cardano guy? I like to call them Kardashians. Every like crypto has their own like name, like XRP Army or Link Marines. I don't know what you call Cardano people. Kardashians sound good. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Update on Clash picks. In case you're not aware, this is our prediction market for our project Clash. And we have a whole bunch of new events up. Some culture stuff now for like Grammys, Emmys. We'll put that up. A lot of sports like games. And a whole bunch of world events too. We got close to 400 people beta testing this right now. I'm opening it up to any of you guys that want to try. We added some more features in here that makes it even better. I mean, we're always doing that. We got so many things. One of the new features that we just implemented that we're going to test is copy or following. You could copy predict and follow people. So this leaderboard that we have, if you see someone in here and you're like, oh my God, that guy is really, really good. What is he predicting on? You can now click on someone and see all of their open predictions and follow them. That's right. That is something new that we just implemented yesterday. So we're adding more and more features in here. Clash picks is going to be so much better than Polymarket and Call Sheet. It's not even going to be close. And those guys actually know that we're building Clash picks because they have reached out for collaboration and they both know that we're developing it. So I'm pretty sure they're going to watch us even though they're making billions of volume every day. We have so much more than they do already and we're still in beta. Here's something else that we implemented. If you go into MyTrade, this is just this account is just I'm not really doing much with this account, so you can't really see much. But you could now share our ROI here for social sharing. You can share on X. You can download this fancy picture that we have. With every event that you're in, you could also share on X and download a picture. You could see right there. So now social sharing is built in. Can you believe that Polymarket and Kalshi don't have social sharing? They don't have a way for you to actually share an event that you're in or your ROI. Don't know why, but we have that in Clash Picks. We got so much in here. It's crazy. It's crazy. Look, in real time, we're seeing more things being added about the Grammys. If you guys are Grammy people or your spouses, okay, like to follow the Grammys, and we'll have Emmys after that. It's all in here. It's all in here. So if you want to get in on the beta, join our Discord, put in your address in the Clash Picks channel, and we'll get you in. But this is being audited right now. It's looking good. We may have the full production version ready by the end of this month, and then I'll be hitting going on a tour with all the conferences to demo Clash Picks. First one will be the Wall Street Bets one, and then afterwards probably ETH Denver, then afterwards Consensus, then afterwards Bitcoin conference. It's gonna be nonstop. And we're going to try to partner with every single conference, and we're going to do some marketing around Clash Picks and their conference, like attendees and all these things that we can do with events. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. This is not online gambling. This is not gambling. Gambling is based on luck. Gambling is based on outcomes that you have no control. Prediction markets are based on skill. Here's why. If you're a pop culture guy and you've been following, okay, you've been following the hottest songs, the hottest artists, you know what to predict. That's skill based. That's not betting if it's black or red. That's not betting on a number and then hoping that number hits. That's the difference between skill-based predicting and gambling. It's different. It's different. And a lot of people do very well. That's why it's called prediction markets. It's not called betting platform. This is why Clash has been doing well. It's been holding well. This is going to be a game changer for Clash. And plus, we're still hosting our tournaments. We just had a pro tournament yesterday. It was awesome to see all the pros come in and play. We have some of the best pros on the planet, like literally top 100 players playing in our pro tournament. And today we have an expert tournament, which I will be playing in. So if you want to participate in today's or any of our tournaments, go to our webpage and sign up. It's gonna be a fun time. You can compete for prizes, and there's spectator prizes and random player prizes that we give out. All Soul. We give out Soul. We don't even give out Clash. I want to make sure no one sells it. So giving out Soul, and we always have a good time. So you sign up on the webpage, you create your account, boom, everything's in there. Really, really easy. Hey, Jordan, any way you can get Clash on a Coinbase integrated DEX? Yes, you can. If you search for the contract address, it comes up. People have been telling me that you can buy Clash on Coinbase DEX. Just make sure you get the right contract address, which you could get from our website. If you go to our website, georgeplaysclashroyale.com, how to buy, and then you swap. You could either swap on Coinbase or Any wallet, really. That's the contract address. But of course, we want it to be on real Coinbase platform. And that will come when we shatter 200, 300 million market cap, which when the market turns around, I have no doubt. When the market turns around, ClashPix is in full effect. 200, 300 million is nothing. We're striving for $1 billion. And after we get to $1 billion, it'll be world domination. 2, 3, 5, 10 billion. If Sheep did it, if Pepe did it, why not Clash? I hope Clash could have some type of GTA 6 tournament based on popularity. Any chance? Hey, if GTA 6 comes out and is super, super popular, then sure. Yeah, we could probably do something. But the project is around the one game, Clash Royale, which I have been grinding. Anyone who grinds at Clash Royale knows what a grind it is. But it's still enjoyable. But it's also very frustrating. I'm cussing left and right when I'm grinding in my streams at night. But yeah, who knows? Eventually, I know on ClashPix we could do esports for sure. You know, we're doing a total sports integration pretty soon in a V2 platform. But you know, esports integration, we could do that too. Mark, thank you. Liam, I'm not going to say a curse word right now. We're falling a little bit here. We start out hotter. Now we're coming down a little bit. Okay, James. You could leave. I'll help you leave. Simply Dana. 5 memberships gifted. I know GTA 6 will be popular. I mean, they spent over $1 billion and it's still delayed. But, you know, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like so hyped up, and if it doesn't live up to the hype, it could die very quickly. It better be like the most amazing game ever created. Like you can explore the world, like it could generate the world on the fly, and you could do crazy stuff with it. Maybe it has built-in crypto. If it does, it's gonna revive the gaming industry in a big way, and the crypto gaming projects in a big way. No, your boss did not say that, Josh. GTA will fall on its face. There's no way it can live up to the hype no matter how good it is. I don't know. Maybe it's just so amazing that, I mean, we know the graphics are going to be amazing. Okay. But how is the gameplay? if they could make it, if they could like integrate Google Maps and it could just generate things on the fly while you're exploring, and you could take airplanes and it takes you like hours, like real life time. It takes you like 12, 15 hours to get on a plane to go to Dubai, and then you could explore Dubai, and then you could take another plane like 8 hours to Japan, and you could like do crazy stuff like it's a second life. Um, it would be a crazy game. It would be a crazy game. If you spend over $1 billion developing a game, it better be like the best game ever. Ricky asked, top 3 alts to buy, Tau, Arrow, and Solana. I agree with the last one. I wouldn't put Tau or Arrow in there. You know, right now for me, it's just concentrating on the big caps. They're the ones that at least hold okay when, you know, there's tensions or disruptions or fear. I would say it's like ETH, Sol, and probably XRP outside of Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is the best right now. But outside of Bitcoin, it would be probably those 3. And you got to throw Clash in there. In fact, Clash has held better than almost all the alts. If you look at the last 2 months, yeah, we did go lower, but we quickly recovered. But like, it's holding really well because our base is that strong. Mankind needs supersonic travel, too much time wasted. I agree with that. I agree with that. You know, like a flight to Dubai should be like 6 hours, 7 hours. A flight to Hawaii should be like 4 hours. We need something faster. When we used to have it with those crazy jets that we had, but they discontinued them all. I don't know why they can't make better and more futuristic airplanes now. It's been like 50 years, and our planes are all still pretty much the same. Yeah, why can't they bring back Concorde or bring back something better? You know, all this crazy aviation tech that the US have. You know, we invented like the B-2 bomber and the F-20 and all these things like 30 years ago, 40 years ago. You know, maybe Boeing must have learned a thing or two. Let's come out with some crazy Boeing planes. SCR, appreciate it. I don't think anyone wants to watch the XRP educational video anymore. No one asks for it anymore. No one really cares at this point. But I can maybe play it before I leave. Am I going to the Cayman Islands for crypto conference? No. Which one? Which one? All right, guys. So overall, today is a better day due to the de-escalation of taking over Greenland. Although something's still in the works. We just have to figure out what. Okay, we're not going to take it by force. Probably with our pockets, but I don't know what that means and how much. So we'll have to see. But things are a little bit better than yesterday, which is good. With the tariff threats out of the way, there should be nothing stopping us from getting back to where we were just a few days ago. And we filled that stupid CME gap too. All right, stay strong, guys. Want to see you guys in our Discord, chatting about crypto, about Clash Picks, about Clash. Join our beta. We got a lot of events up, and this is going to go live soon. Hopefully you guys don't miss this train. Once it leaves the station, it's not coming back. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.